guys, it's Rain and welcome back to another Creator Sim video. Today we're diving into the world of How to Train Your Dragon and reimagining the iconic characters as Sims. I've got my favourite Viking crew from Berk lined up and I can't wait to bring these dragon riders to life in The Sims 4. I'm so excited to bring Hiccup, Astrid, Fishlegs, Tuffnut, Ruffnut, Snotlout, Heather and Dagur to life, and I've got some fun plans for their makeovers. Drop a comment below with your favourite rider or dragon from the show and let's get started. Let's kick things off with the main man himself, Hiccup. Hiccup Horrendous Haddock the Third. He's the quirky and inventive son of Stoic the Vast. My personal opinion, Hiccup's transformation from an underdog to the hero of Berk is one of the most inspiring parts of the show. He's clever, resourceful, and let's be honest, super lovable. He's the quirky, intelligent son of Stoic the Vast, obviously, and we all know how he eventually becomes the leader of the Dragon Riders. Hiccup's a bit of a misfit, but he shows us that being different can be powerful. He's the heart and soul of the series, obviously, and I think his makeover in The Sims 4 should really showcase his personality. Something a little nerdy yet brave. His character design is all about a laid-back, rugged look, and I'm thinking of giving him some cool DIY makeshift outfits, maybe with a bit of a Viking flair mixed with his signature inventiveness. I have given him the following traits: creative and maker. I wasn't sure if I should give him a little geek one as well because although he is very geeky, maybe he's more nerdy. Anyway, I decided not to. Obviously, they are all teens, so maybe when they age up into young adults, he could get a geeky trait. I also made his aspiration friends with the animals because although it is about cats and dogs, I just know there is someone on the gallery who has made a dragon dog or something. So that would be so cool to play. And I'm actually really happy with how he came out. I did decide to give him a lot of outfits that were primarily just kind of makeshifty. I don't know how else to explain that. I tried to incorporate browns and just make it look like these are how Vikings would look like if we had Vikings. Obviously they would have to probably live in Windenburg or something, but who knows. I've always loved Hiccup's evolution from the awkward kid to this fierce, compassionate leader. He's definitely my favorite character, well, one of them. I don't know. He has to be obviously because he's the main character. I mean, he's my favorite human character because my favorite character of all time has to be Toothless, right? I love how his relationship is with Toothless, and it's obviously such a big part of his growth. I don't know. I'm just so happy about the show, and then they're making a live action. Like, how do you feel about that? I don't even know. I would love if someone was watching this in the future and was like, "Yeah, that came out, and it was so great," and like, I'm so excited. Um, but no. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm pretty sure it's not the guy who plays soccer in the live action of Avatar, right? Who knows? Well, I'm actually looking. I don't know. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it because a part of me is like, oh, I'm looking forward to it because it's such an iconic show. But then I'm also like, it's such an iconic show. I don't want them to ruin it with a live action like the first Avatar. No offense, no offense. Um, But yeah, I don't know. Bittersweet, bittersweet. But I'm excited to at least see what they could do, but I probably won't watch it until everyone else has given their opinions. I'm sorry. But now, but yeah, how do you feel about Hiccup's journey throughout the series? Do you think he was always destined to be a leader? I feel like it was a bit touch and go at the start there. Um, and how do you think his personality would translate into The Sims? I felt kind of limited because there are loads of traits that didn't really fit with him but did at the same time. So, oh, I need more traits. I should have had that, but I decided to be doing less CC in these videos. Next up, we have Astrid Hofferson, Hiccup's fierce and loyal partner. Oh my gosh, I love Astrid. I love her name as well. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. Okay, she is the toughest nails warrior and, in my opinion, the most badass character on the show. She's strong, fearless, and fiercely loyal to Hiccup. What I love about Astrid is her journey from being a bit of a rival to becoming one of Hiccup's strongest allies. I'm giving her a bold and confident look. Think armor, armor, armor inspired clothing, and definitely a sleek aesthetic vibe. I wanted to give her some tomboyish inspired clothes, but she does wear skirts and everything, so it's kind of like a mix between tomboyish and girlish. But no, I really like Astrid. I loved Astrid as a character. Obviously, she was the only girl, so a bit of me loved her simply for that. But yeah, at the start, I did not like her. I was like, leave him alone. Like, he's just a poor baby, just trying his best. And then I was like, oh, she kind of likes him, and then like, oh, he kind of likes her. Anyway, I gave her the traits. Practice makes perfect because I feel like, especially with her family situation, she's always striving to be better. So, and I also gave her active because I think she's very athletic. Let me know if you would have changed those traits or not. And obviously, because of her family issues, not issues, but predicament, I also gave her the successful lineage because she just wants to have like a happy, strong family. And especially in the Viking era, lineage was really important. Um, no. She's tough, competitive, and always ready to take on a challenge. So I also was thinking of giving her the perfectionist trait, but maybe again that could be something that she does when she is older. Yeah, I don't know. From the very beginning, we know she was destined to be a leader in her own right, and she has such a strong presence. And that's kind of why she's always been one of my favorites because she balances out Hiccup's awkwardness with her strength and confidence. But I don't know, do you think Hiccup should have stayed a leader? I mean, if you obviously watch the movies and like you can see how much he grows. But I don't know. And oh my gosh, did she not have one of the best dragons? Okay, we love Toothless, we love Toothless. No one is negating the fact. But Stormfly was so cool. Oh my gosh, Stormfly and I think Hookfang as well. Is they're my favorite. But then again, you got Meatlock. Oh, I can't decide. Let me know your favorite dragon out of these guys. Yeah, so we're doing practicalness, but I am so happy because I've never been so happy to have the Get Famous hack in my entire existence because there were so many cute vests that I could put them in, and oh, I just felt like that pack was carrying this whole video. Not only the Get Famous pack, but also the occult ones. So like I used some vampire stuff pack and not stuff pack, vampire game pack, and also Realm of Magic. But oh, those costumes from Get Famous, perfect. I was like, I can't just make them do that and wear this all the time, can I? So I didn't. For the majority of them, I made their outfits, like the Viking outfits, be for formal or party. So you can always make it seem that they are having like a fancy dress costume party. So if that makes you feel better. Oh, I don't know. And oh, I don't know if it's spoilers. Can you have spoilers when the movie has come out so long ago? But like I'm so glad they're Endgame. Like ugh, I love them together anyway. Like I'm so happy they're Endgame, but what do you think? Do you think Astrid and Hiccup work or not? Now we have the one, the only Ruffnut. Okay, is it just me? But I could never like I knew they were different. Like I'm not obviously not dense, but I honestly didn't know which one was Tuffnut and which one was Ruffnut. Sometimes I did. I was like, oh yeah, that's rough, that's tough, that's rough, that's tough, and then other times I'm just like, the Fawnstones, you know. Um. So yeah. So this is Ruffnut Thornston. Ruffnut is the other half of the hilarious twins. She's just as crazy as Tuffnut, but in a different way, more sarcastic and aggressive. She has a wild spirit, shall we say, and is always ready to jump into any adventure with a smile on her face. Ruffnut's got such a sharp edge to her, and her relationship with Tuffnut is absolutely priceless. I love her wild side, but she's also got some hidden depth, which I wasn't expecting. For Ruffnut's makeover, I wanted to give her an edgy look, but also have her be kind of mischievous. So with her eyes, I made them a little slit-like. I don't know what else to call it. Just to make her seem a bit more mischievous. And I'm so happy with the twins that I got to use this trait. These are my first ever Sims with this trait, the Grouch trait. And so they do like to play pranks on each other and they're very mischievous and I love that. I also made her a bit childish because although she is more sensible than Tuffnut. I do think she's a little bit more childish, like she holds grudges longer and things like that. I also made them both have, I believe, the aspiration for the country caretaker because I was like, the only things I remember about these two, apart from her randomly getting married, is and like their long lost families, is them and animals is crazy. Like that one sheep, what was the sheep's name? I don't know. But I was like, they have to be like farm people, and that's what I see for them. I really like how Ruff came out. I wish I could make her hair messier, but it's fine. And so for the twins, I decided because I didn't have a Viking hat for them, that I would give them this little kind of beanie type hat from Cottage Living. And so that's what I do. I give Ruffnut it in one color and Tuffnut just in a different color. I'm not even gonna lie, I never give my Sims hats. I don't like them. I just would rather my Sim have their hair out. But I decided to give them hats just because it's such a staple part of their image. Okay, so next we have the other one of the twin troublemakers. We have Tuffnut. Oh my gosh. Just thinking about these two, they are so hilarious and chaotic in the best way. They're loud, proud, and totally unapologetic. You know how we were talking about dragons before? How could we forget Bath and Belch? Like, iconic, right? Like, just even the fact they named their dragon. they named, I'm sorry, it's really funny. But yeah, and what was it called? A hideous zippleback. They're zipplebacks. I love the twins. Bath and Belch. Or is it Belch and Bath? Who knows? They are cool. They are cool as well. I would be terrified. I think out of all of them, I think I would be like if on land, I would be most scared of like I don't know. I'm trying to think because obviously you got Toothless, who's the Night Fury, and like you couldn't even see him in the darkness, and you'd just be like, oof, dead. And then, but then I'm like, Bath and Belch, they could literally just like you see smoke all of a sudden, and then like it's lit on fire, and you're like, what's going on? And then you got Hookfang, who's like fire itself. So I don't know which dragon would you be the most scared of out of this gang? Because I cannot decide. Let me know down below. Okay, so Tuffnut. I do love how close they are. Sometimes I think they are too close, but who's to say? Um, Tuffnut is a little wild, impulsive, and always up for a good time. He is a bit of a daredevil, um, and his humor can be a bit much, should we say, at times. But that's what makes him so entertaining. I do feel like I like Ruff more than Tough, but they're just iconic together, don't you think? Okay, answer me this one. Who is your favorite? Who do you think the better twin is? Tough Nut or Rough Nut? You have to choose. You can't say, oh, they're both great. No, you have to choose because I chose. Okay. Yeah, so Tough, I kind of wanted to make him a goofball, which obviously could be his third trait. I decided to make him a slob because I remember when they first moved to the island and they were like sharing a space. I can't remember. It was like they like Rough and Tough like had an argument. They needed their own spaces because Tough is so dirty, messy, what have you. And so I made him a slob for that reason. But obviously. That's my opinion. You might think something else. Okay, so now we have the iconic the one, the only Fishlegs. Now, Fishlegs Ingerman, he's a lovable, gentle giant. He's got a huge heart and an encyclopedic knowledge of dragons. Oh my gosh, his brain alone makes him, oh my gosh, my favorite. That's crazy. I'm a big fan of how Fishleg's character is always so supportive, even though he's often the comic relief, which is really unfortunate, especially coming from Snotlout, which is ugh. Let's not even talk about Snotlout. Oh, I find his name very iconic and ironic, if I do say so myself. For his sim makeover, I'm thinking nerdy. And I obviously he wears that little hat, so seeing as I'm giving the twins hats, I thought I should give Fishlegs a hat as well. I actually decided to give him this cute farmer hat, and I'm telling you, just that hat alone changed all the outfits that I was potentially giving him. Um, I didn't want to give him baggy clothes simply because he's a larger size. So we have a mixture. I gave him the nerd brain aspiration because I don't think he would want to be a Renaissance sim or like be handy. He just wants to get as much knowledge as possible. Um, I made him a genius and a loner because he is quite introverted, and that's the closest trait we have to an introvert. Um, yeah, so I feel like if we were able to have like a shirt that had dragons, he would be like the iconic geeky guy who has like, oh, this, do you like my shirt? It's a zipper bag, you know? And I love Fishlegs. He is so cute. Um, honestly, like, he is the lovable, nerdy member of the Dragon Riders. He's a bit of a bookworm, which is also a trait that you could give him if you age him up into a young adult. And despite his size, he is still a valuable asset to the team, and he is so kind-hearted. I mean, that's why he gets the ladies, because when you think about it, I'm pretty sure he got more ladies than Snotlout, but I mean, that's not really saying much because it's Snotlout. His relationship with Meatlug is adorable. Sometimes I think too, codependent. Just saying it. Don't judge. We listen and we don't judge. I just love how he shows that brains can just be as valuable as brawn even though you don't really have much brawn members because you all fight with dragons. It's fine. Honestly, I'm just obsessed with the show in general. It's amazing. The movie, the franchise, the whole thing. His awkwardness though is crazy. That's also a trait you could do with like what's it, high school years. You could also give him one of those traits for when they age up, or you could give him the cringe trait. I never thought about that, but oh well, that's in the past. I don't know. I feel like because we have geeky, I keep saying geeky, but we have geek trait. We need like a nerdy trait because I think they're so different. Um, but no, he needs a t-shirt that has a dragon on it so that he can be like, oh my gosh, guys, do you like my shirt? Did you know that my shirt? Like he screams that kind of guy to me. He screams the kind of guy when you're like, oh my gosh, cool shirt, and he's like, oh my gosh, did you know what type of dragon this is? This is like this type of dragon, and it existed in this place and in this circle BC and stuff like that. And oh, I love Fishlegs. And I'm sorry, but he is such an underrated character. Like, I don't know. And let's just say, because I later make Heather and I made him and Heather be like partners, but I remember that time when he and Ruff were kind of a thing. I don't know, who should I have made him partners with, Heather or Ruffnut? Snotlout, oi, oi, oi. We have Snotlout Jurgensen, and he is definitely one of the more controversial characters, shall we say. He's cocky, self-absorbed, and definitely thinks he's all that, which is funny because he's the shortest one there. So is that short man syndrome? Who said that? Not me, not me. I find it so funny because I did not make him purposely shorter than anyone, but when I was making the screenshots, he actually is the shortest out of all of them, and I find that hilarious. Like, The Sims just knew. Anyway, I made him self-absorbed because obviously. I also made him self-absorbed. Did I say that, or did I say self-assured? I made him both of the self ones. And I made him leader of a pack because he does want to be better than Hiccup, and Hiccup's the leader, and he would gladly take that position off Hiccup's hands. I at first I gave him the same hair as Fishlegs, but then towards the end I realized, and I gave him a different hair. So if throughout this period you're like, Rain, he has the same hair, that's stupid. I'm like, yeah, no, it's stupid. I changed it. Calm down. I'm joking, of course. Okay. And that shirt, I swear I've never seen this jacket and token things on the neck before, but that reminded me of when he had the belt and like he was parading himself like, look guys, I'm a winner, and so I had to give him that. I thought that fit perfectly. And so, but I changed that from his everyday. I changed that later on. Anyway, it's not loud. I don't know. I really don't know what to say about him because a part of me appreciates his loyalty and occasionally his moments of vulnerability. I would have liked to see more growth from him and like more insight because obviously he's the way he is because of his father, which was really interesting to see because like they could have easily just made him an awful person. But I don't know why they while he's still in the group because there's a reason. I understand why he wants to still be in the group, but I don't understand why they keep him in the group. Like I don't know if it's just like, oh, we've been together, we've been friends or in quotes friends for so long, we just need to stick as friends. But yeah, I don't really understand. I understand his side of it, but not their side of it. Especially because Hiccup's now the leader. Like, he could easily just be like, okay, it's not like bye bye, you know? I don't know, just thoughts. But no, because of his whole swagger, I decided to give him more in quotes fancy outfits. Obviously, I kind of wanted to keep the theme of like rugged country time dated outfits. But he has more modern dated outfits, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something nice to say about him. He's not even like a bad boy. He's just annoying. He's just arrogant and I don't even know. Do you think Snotlout ever truly changes over the course of the show, or does he always stay the same but hides it a bit? Let me know if you're a fan of his character, shall we say. I don't know. I really don't. I'm really trying to think of something nice. I really am. Like he's just a show off. Oh, but I don't know. I don't know, because he has some really funny moments. Like his attitude can be a little grating, but I do think he has some good qualities deep down. I don't know. um. Anyway, I hope that whole cockiness kind of shows through this makeover. Oh gosh, I don't actually think he'll ever change. Like, do you think he would ever change? Do you love him regardless? That's the main question. Can you love him regardless? Oh my gosh, okay. Now let's talk about Heather. Heather, I gave her the surname of Berserker because I don't think she actually has a surname. So I made her Berserker. You could, but I don't make Dagur Berserker, so you could change Dagur's surname. I called him Dagur Deranged because he's the deranged, and I love Dagur, but we're not talking about Dagur, so shush. I gave Heather, self-absorbed and kleptomaniac. traits, but I gave her a big happy family because she wanted to save her adoptive family and she like wanted to find her family. And I don't know, I want Heather to be like a good guy, but I don't know. I was loving the drama when Heather came to the island and then Astrid was all jealous because she thought that Heather was trying to steal Hiccup and it was this whole thing. But I don't know. Is that spoilers? Am I supposed to say hashtag spoilers? Realistically, who hasn't watched How to Train Your Dragon? I'm really trying to think. Like, I feel like that's on you at that point. Anyway, she is a bit of a wild card in the whole How to Train Your Dragon universe. Um, and I didn't know what I thought I should have made because she looks distinctly different. Like when she's older, that's kind of how I was inspired by. But then we have the first Heather, and I was like, ooh, you know. Anyway, her journey is full of emotion and growth. I feel, and I really appreciate how she evolves throughout the series. Her little redemption arc was a really good one. Not my favorite redemption arc, mind you, but it's still a good one. I feel like you know who my favorites is, and I'm sorry I am biased, but I love Dagur, but we're not talking about him, so calm down. So for her sim makeover, I wanted to keep the Viking look, but maybe a bit more sly. I did want her to kind of play things close to her chest. If you notice, I make her mouth a little turned up so that she kind of has this like placid smile on her face. Because I think she is a bit conniving, and I don't know if I like her truly, but I don't know because her and Fishlegs are so cute together. But yeah, that goes back to my question: do you think Fishlegs and her are genuine? I don't know. Like, I think maybe if they probably would have slept together because you don't really have breakups in the show because it's a children's show when you think about it logically. But no. I don't know. I don't think she ever kind of mended things with Astrid, but I don't think she really cared to. She is definitely a strong, independent character, so she really clashed with Astrid because they are very similar in that regard. But I hated how they made Astrid look crazy, and I was like, girl, I see it too. You're not crazy. Like, trust your intuition. But no. Oh, this is bringing up so many. Like, I didn't even watch the show before I started making them and filming it. This was pure memory, so I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm getting riled up. But yeah, she's strong, independent. She is an enemy, but I hopefully feel like everyone sees her more of an ally towards the end. And I just feel like she's so mysterious. We still don't know a lot of her backstory, but that's simply because I'm pretty sure the writers just didn't want to do anymore. We saw as much as we needed to know about her. But no, I do like her storyline because we got to see how people can be villains with good intentions, and I think that was a very important message to see. But no, I liked her depth, you know, like she had different levels to her, and I think that was really good to see. And I hope you, I hope you like how she looks. Let me know if you do. Um, okay, now last, but I had to save the best for last because it's Dagur. Oh my gosh, am I blushing? No, shut up. He is a fantastic character, mainly because he's so unpredictable. And I know everyone's like, no, that's not unpredictable. That's crazy. He's crazy. I don't really care. I really don't care. But he is a bit unpredictable, so I made him erratic and mean because he kind of is mean. But I don't think necessarily from a malicious point of view. I think he's mean in the sense that he knows how to rile people up and say things to purposely hurt people. So that's why I gave him the mean trait, and I also gave him a leader of a pack because he is a natural born leader. Oh, and I love Dagur. I'm sorry. Okay, Dagur the deranged. It's just like it flows, you know. He's so poetic, you know, when you think about it. I'm not blushing. Oh my gosh, I love Dagur. Anywho, calming down a bit. While he's a villain, you can't help but appreciate his development throughout the series, and I loved his redemption arc. Can I say that? Can we be honest? We're being honest here, right? I love him, and I'm okay. I don't really think it's an issue, and I was really happy with how he came out. Obviously, he could always look hotter, but I'm only a girl. I cannot do miracle work. My people look how they look, and we're okay with that. We watch and we don't judge. We just watch. I don't know. I kind of gave him this intense, edgy look. I had to give him this outfit for his everyday. He looks so badass. He looks amazing. I'm obsessed with him. But you already know that. And I was really upset that I couldn't give him a scar. I was so upset, but it didn't work with my face, my skin overlay, and I honestly shed a tear. I'm not joking. I was like, but he looks so cute. I don't know. I think I have an issue, but we're not going to talk about that. I wanted his scar. I'm upset I didn't get his scar. But mind your business. Dagur is definitely a villain. We are not negating the fact. But it just keeps things interesting, you know. And technically, you can't blame him for being crazy when he was like isolated. That's like torture, you know. So technically, it's fine, and like I could change him. Like I'm fine. Um, I think he needed more. I think we needed to see him more, and that's not just because I love him as a character, but I wanted to see his face more on the screen, and I'm okay with that. I just realized I should have given him a beard, but I don't like beards in The Sims, so I'm not gonna give him one. But if you do like beards in The Sims, you could give him one, but I'm not. So okay, I don't know. Okay, so he is the major antagonist. I don't know if he's my favorite antagonist or just my favorite male character, full stop. But I don't know. We had a lot of good villains in the show, but I think I like Dagur the best. But not because he was a villain. There was like definitely evil people. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. I feel like this whole video I've been channeling Dagger's chaotic energy. Um, and I'm okay with it. I am okay with it. Sorry, but I am okay with it. Yeah, but for his makeover, I tried to incorporate the chaotic energy. I used a lot of things from Werewolf because I wanted him to have like ripped outfits and stuff. And I hope it came out as chaotic as I wanted to. I was thinking rugged, military inspired, wild, you know, to match his unpredictable personality. And we say unpredictable because we can't call people crazy. Anyway, um, do you love him as much as I do? Because if you don't, then just lie to me. You know, I'm okay with that as a lie. All right, so so those are my How to Train Your Dragon Sims. I hope you guys had as much fun watching me create them as I did. Let me know who your favorite character is from the show and if you agree with my takes on each character's look. Plus, I'd love to hear who I should create next. Drop your suggestions in the comments down below. Until next time, keep creating and stay magical. Have a lovely day, afternoon, evening. Bye!